Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is a brand new week with a brand new night. We are unedited, unfiltered, unsatisfied. Oh, wait, my bad. That's my ex girlfriend's. And of course, we are always going raw. My name is Joey.
And I'm
Joey.
Eric, and we're your hosts, and welcome to Raw Minds. I like that. That was funny.
Yeah,
So,
buddy. I thought it was fitting for what we are going to discuss
oh, and what
tonight.
is that?
Well, we are going to discuss
All
relationships.
types, all walks, you name it. We'll try to cover it.
Yeah. For you guys just tuning in, we are Raw Minds Podcast. We focus mainly on men's mental health. Hit us up, rawmindspodcast at gmail.com. Myself and my co
Yeah,
host,
buddy.
Eric,
I like that.
we have lived a
How's your
life
day?
of pain and suffering and trauma. And we are doing this show every week to, hopefully touch people, help them, let them know that it gets better on the other side, and that we are or try to be your guys' source or just someone you guys need to talk to.
Yeah.
We've been through hell and back 10 times over. So that's why we're here tonight. That's why we do this every week. And yeah, thank you guys. If you're just new and tuning in, welcome to Raw Minds.
How's your day?
Day's all right, man.
Yeah.
Day's all right. We I know the beginning of the year I definitely took a couple punches to the
Yeah.
face, but that's life. That's what we all go through. We all deal with on different levels. No matter how good your life is or how good you think your life is, something's waiting around that
Yeah, man.
corner. Something's waiting around that corner, and it's gonna
Keeps
bring
you
you
on your
down.
toes, definitely.
But keeps you on your toes, and it's learning the tools on how to get up faster when these things happen in
Definitely.
your life, right? So it's okay to take a knee when you get hit, but it's not okay to stay down. It's you got to get up and you got to keep moving.
Yeah.
The days are going to come and go, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how you feel,
Yeah, definitely.
and you got to push through these moments and issues or whatever it is that you guys are dealing with the best that you can, so you can stay on that right path and keep leading in a positive direction. So, but I took quite a few heavy shots to the head from life, and with everything that I've been through and the tools that I learned to get up pretty quick. And because of that, I just landed in a new position today for more money than I've made in the last couple of years. So I'm grateful for
Fuck
that,
yeah,
man.
man.
So
Yeah.
it's all right, man. Today's all right. What about you, man? How's your day?
My day was excellent, actually. I had a great day. Killing it, making shit happen. I love my job. Love it. Or my career. Learning new things. I'm technically a concrete guy, but I'm hopefully becoming a deficiency super. So I mean, it's exciting getting to learn the back end of things. Very stressful, I'll tell you that, man. I mean, very stressful, but I'm kicking ass. So that's all that matters, right? Pushing forward and having fun while we do it, man. You gotta have fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. You know, don't be afraid to say fuck this. This is not what I want to do. Follow what you want to do, man, because at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, you're going to look back and be like, "Fuck, I wish I did that." You know? So do what makes you happy, and if you're not happy, fucking figure it out and do what makes you happy. That's some of the best advice I can tell you.
Well, the one thing that you don't want to live with is regret.
Definitely not, man. Definitely not. No.
You know, I seen a study a while ago about they asked people that were on their last days before they passed away, and what's the one thing that they wish they did in life that they didn't do, or regrets
Yeah.
that they had. And one of the top answers was they didn't do what they wanted to do. They didn't take that class they really wanted
Yeah,
to
man.
take, or they stayed. They didn't spend enough time with the family, and they overworked themselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of us stay in those kind of jobs, uh, thinking that's the
Yeah.
only option. And you've done it for a few years, like most people, and well, I got to pay the bills, and I'm already 40 years old, and it's too late to change. And that's when you just
Yeah.
exist. You'll never be fulfilled. You'll never feel happy, truly be happy.
Well, that ties into relationships too,
And
man. You know what I mean? Like friendships, the groups that you hung out with. I wish I hung out with this, not this bad group or whatever, you know? Your life could have been different. It's in all aspects. It really touches on, you know, because you will be. I'm telling you, if you're having a slow, painful death, you'll be sitting on your bed, be like, "Fuck, I wish I did that instead." Or if travel, go travel. You know, fucking see the world. Do what you really want to do. Stop wasting your time because time is the most precious thing in this world. Don't waste that shit.
and and don't wait for other people to do the things that
Yeah,
you want to do.
exactly.
A lot of, I'm seeing it more these days, but a lot of solo travelers, they always wanted to go to this country. They always want to do this,
Yeah,
but nobody will ever go with them. So they're like, fuck it, I'm going anyways because
yeah.
that's what they want to do. Because if you waited, like, say for traveling, where I want to go, number one on my bucket list, probably most of my friends never even thought of going and probably wouldn't put in the effort to save the money
Where's
to go
that?
with me. So if I,
Hell yeah, that's
Iceland,
dope. Oh, that's why you asked me to go on that Alaskan tour. Kind of like that. No, I know
no,
that,
that's
but I
different.
mean, it's like
Yeah,
that's
that's,
something too that like fucking people don't want to do because I think Alaska cold, but I'm fucking down with that with you, man. Let's do it. I think it's a great idea.
well, I'm just saying in general about living your life, right? Is if you spend your life waiting for other people to do the things that you want to do,
Yeah,
you'll never do
exactly.
them. And then you will not be fulfilled. You
Yeah,
won't be happy because, and then again, going to being on your
yeah,
deathbed, if you get to even get to that point where you have a few days to
yeah,
say your piece, is I wish I went to that place I always wanted to
exactly.
go to. I wish I went back to school and became what I really
Yeah,
wanted to become. I wish, and that's the worst thing you can take to your
yeah,
grave
man,
is regret.
definitely.
And then when it goes to the relationship side, we have a lot of regret. Well, we carry a lot of regret sometimes on dating people that you wish you never broke it off with, or we all have made poor mistakes,
Yeah,
shitty ones
yeah,
in relationships, and it doesn't have to be in a toxic way, but we've made
yeah,
definitely bad choices in
yeah. Or
relationships.
even you didn't even make that step to
And
like ask that person out because and you regret that for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? That like on that side too.
yeah, like the
The one
one
that got away.
like the
Yeah,
one that got away. And but we have to take these things that happen with us as
yeah,
no regrets. These are life lessons, especially with
yeah,
relationships, especially because I look back and, man, I wish I did things a lot differently in
yeah,
certain situations because they
yeah,
were good girls. I knew that they were
yeah,
wife material,
yeah,
and for me, I was just so clouded, and my mind was poisoned with everything else that I was pushing down and dealing with, that I wasn't thinking straight. And then that's where we
yeah,
make, our poor choices because we're struggling and we're not all there and we're not thinking clearly. And then afterwards, for me, like I broke my
Yeah.
own heart, basically self sabotage, But I can't look back and regret it. It's what did I
Yeah.
take from that? What
Yeah.
did I learn from that?
Well,
And that's how we have to look at it. We can't have regrets. We have to take this as like, man, yeah. And even if it was your fault, take
definitely.
accountability for it. Learn from it. Look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what,
Let
I
me ask you
fucked up.
this.
And even if you can't,
Let me ask you
what's
this.
that?
So, do you think in that moment in time that you were healthy in your mind to even accept that person? Yeah.
Was I?
In the first place. In
No,
the first place.
I
Yeah.
don't believe so. And we've talked a lot about this before. Is you don't attract what you want, you
Yeah,
attract who
definitely.
you are. So when I was struggling and running on autopilot for years and fighting depression all the time and anxiety all the time, and sure, I've had good girls
Yeah.
come around, but I also attracted emotionally
Yeah.
damaged women because I was emotionally
Makes
damaged,
sense. Makes sense. Yeah, because 'cause you're
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, right? Yeah, and like I said, there was good girls and all that, but where was I at? Like I was a mess and I
Yeah.
didn't even realize it because my head was so cloudy. And we wait for people to come make you happy, and that's what
Yeah.
I was doing. Like, oh, well, if I was with somebody,
Yeah,
I'd
you're
be
pushing your
happier
happiness on other people.
and I'd
But
feel better
yeah.
and I'd
Yeah.
feel better. But my brother-in-law, actually, it's funny. I just talked about this today with another friend. Is my brother-in-law said it to me a long time ago? Is that he called me an emotional
Mhm.
paramedic,
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
where I always and we a lot of us do that, where I always tried to
Yeah.
fix people, but I wasn't
Yeah.
fixing myself. It's like giving really good advice but never taking it
100%.
for myself. And then the girls that I dated, I was always trying to fix them and push them and help you with your goals and do this, but at the same time, like I was
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
I was struggling. I was, because I'm always trying.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
empath, right? I
Yeah.
care about people, and I tried to help them, push them, do this, do that. And at the same time, when I'm sitting there by myself, I'm in tears and I'm broken and I don't know how to fix myself. So, me trying to help other people, I thought would be making me feel better. And yeah, helping people always
Yeah.
makes you feel better because you're helping somebody. But in that sense, I was putting so much strain on lifting them up and trying to build them up because I knew they had their own issues, not realizing that I wasn't paying attention
Okay,
to
well,
my own
let me
issues.
put it this way. You ever think that maybe you're answering their prayers? That they needed someone like you to come into their life to give them that, right?
100%. I
You know
truly
what I mean?
believe that sometimes you come into someone's life to
Yeah.
show them, because I made a lot of mistakes, but
Yeah.
in different ways. I've never cheated. I've never disrespected. I cared.
Yeah.
I tried, but I was failing emotionally. And I believe that some people come into your lives to show you what
Yeah.
real love is, and some people come into your lives to show you how to love
It could
yourself.
and not even just love though, man, but I mean, some people just need that maybe lesson, you know what I mean? That you bring into their life. And it could be, it could be toxic or it could be a great relationship, no matter what. There's some kind of lesson in there. And at the end of the day, one of or two people are gonna learn that. But, like, you coming in like, like manifesting, right? Like how we talk about manifesting. Maybe this partner, you know, was manifesting, "Oh, please bring someone good into my life that's going to give me this, 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 and that." And then here you are, that person giving all that, but she's not giving that back. So maybe they manifested you to give that because that's what they needed in time. And you're still waiting on your time to get what you need to receive. But before you do that, you have to give out all this whatever that person needs or whoever they are or multiple people. It's kind of like when you start thinking of it that way,
Yeah.
you know, it kind of changes your perspective. Even like when you break up with someone, like, okay, well, this person needed that from me. So it makes it feel even a little bit easier. You're teaching them a lesson that they needed. You may not come out with a lesson at all.
Well, and I think that goes to what I was meant by that they sometimes someone comes in your life to teach you how to
Yeah.
love yourself. Is that that lesson is you're the one that messed it up. You're the one that they left. You're the one that is hurt. But in that hurt and in that them leaving you made you really look at yourself in the
Mhm.
mirror and know that you have things to fix and things to change and really learn to
Yeah.
love yourself. When I look at my last relationship, that icing on the cake I've talked a lot about before, that lesson for me was learning how to love myself because I know that girl, I showed her what it was like to really, what
Yeah.
real love is and
Yeah.
how I treated her. But because of my
Yeah.
poisoned mind and not being there and shutting down and not talking about my shit and pushing away on my own part and fucking it up and her having enough and leaving, she came in as a lesson for me to realize that I can't keep doing this to
Yeah.
myself
You went off
anymore. That was the final
well, you went
that was the
sorry, you
final
went
straw.
offside is pretty much what it is, man. You, like, jumped the gun, you know what I mean? Before you were even ready to do that, you know? Your mind probably tricked you because you probably, I don't know, wanted company in a sense, maybe that's what it is, and you're trying to make your mind maybe trick yourself in that, you know? Because misery loves company, and if you're down like that, definitely you want, because you're gonna lean on someone else and hope that that a rush, that whatever it's called, that gives you that rush, um,
The
dopamine, yeah,
dopamine.
and that's what it is. A lot of people just start chasing that dopamine, and that's why a lot of people jump from relationship to relationship, monkey branching, as we said last episode. It's that dopamine chase. Same with drugs.
Yeah, and that monkey branching too with when people do this is that also stems from their childhood and abandonment issues and not knowing how to be alone or scared to
Yeah,
be alone or don't even know how to
100%,
be alone,
man. I dealt with
right?
abandonment issues.
Because I know a few people
Yeah,
abandonment
yeah,
issues for sure, right? And they just need that comfort and
yeah,
security. But when you go from relationship to relationship, and the reason they keep going relationship to relationship is because and each of them
yeah,
fail because they haven't healed whatever, whether it was childhood or the first toxic
yeah,
or abusive relationship they were in, and they just use the next person not just to get over that person, but that was their comfort, so they didn't have to deal with their thoughts, and then this person is a
yeah.
distraction, and the people that do that end
It's
up
like playing
settling,
Frogger. It's like playing
right?
Frogger, dude. You know what I mean? Straight up, jumping through until you get hit by that fucking car. Straight up Frogger. That's the new name for it.
Well, a million
Yeah,
percent, right? But anytime that you go from a relationship to a relationship that fast,
yeah,
it's
man.
not going to work. And especially us that are in relationships as men, and ma- pretty much majority of the time when the relationship ends, regardless of who ends it, that girl is in a relationship way faster than the guy.
It's a study that like
And
says
it's a
that.
lot.
There's a study.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot easier for women as
Yeah,
well. because they got the DMs, they got this, they got that. If they're a good looking girl, like a snap of their finger, they're
Yep.
on a date tomorrow, right? So it's really not that hard for them to get attention and to
Yeah.
have company, right? But when if you're able to take that time from that relationship, be alone, and it's really hard when you're heartbroken, and it's really hard when that person's no longer around and that's what
Yeah.
you're used to. But if you're able to push through that beginning stage of loneliness and be alone, figure out where you went wrong, figure it out what it is that you know you need to change. For example, like me with the last one, I had to really look at myself in the mirror, and I'm actually to this day grateful for it because that taught me one of the biggest
Yeah.
lessons of my life. And if it wasn't for the pain of that, that wouldn't have pushed me to and force myself to look at
Yeah.
myself in the mirror and be like, you will never feel like this again. You're not going to keep doing this to yourself. You're not going to keep hurting these women
Mm-hmm.
unintentionally. And if you ever want to have a healthy relationship, you need to fix you and you need to fix this
100%,
now.
man.
So that person came into my life to teach me one of the most valuable lessons because that in my history of dating, because I was so polluted in my mind, is I shut down every relationship. Anytime something got hard in my own personal life, shut down, shut down, shut down, self sabotage, all the
Yep.
way up to the last one. And then that one, she came into my life as like the
Yeah.
final boss.
The
Like
final
that was it.
boss.
Like the final
Yeah.
boss, and then I was
Yeah.
defeated. But in that defeat was my biggest triumph.
100%.
You know
That's
what
where
I
you
mean?
learn.
Because
Yeah, man.
you know, and a lot of heartbreak in general is the worst feeling on
Definitely.
the planet, hands down. Unless you have
Well, and grief.
immediate death,
Yeah.
immediate death or heartbreak is excruciating. It lasts way too
Yeah.
longer than
You
you
can
want it
die
to.
from heartbreak, bro. I told you, I think we talked about this in one episode before. My grandma, because my grandpa passed away, my grandma died from a broken heart, like days after, you know? You really can die from a broken heart. It's true.
Or drive you to
100%.
suicide, like my
Yeah,
best high school
exactly.
friend. His wife left
Yeah,
him, and 2 weeks later, she was with
yeah,
somebody else. He hung
yeah.
himself
You
in
know
his
what,
closet.
man? I get it.
Two kids.
I
He couldn't
fucking
handle
get
it.
it, man. I do get it. You know what I mean? Like I understand. I get it. I understand it. You know, like your whole life. Like I saw a video. This is crazy, man. So this guy, I think he's in his 70s, and he gets his daughters are like in their late 20s, and they want to do a DNA testing or whatever it is. So they do it, and he finds out that the kids aren't even his. And the guy's in his 70s, man. All this time, his whole life is being a fucking lie. Isn't that wild?
That's pretty
Your whole
harsh.
imagine those aren't even your kids, man. You know, like
And to know that you're at the end of
yeah,
your life, kind of like that, and then that's what you're leaving with that
yeah.
information, like that's
That's
heartbreaking,
like
man. But people are
yeah.
evil, man. But
Wow.
you know, when you're in that heartbreak, is it's also
Yeah.
about perspective. Because I tell you, in heartbreak, I was the most power driven,
Yeah, man.
productive, uh, goal orientated, twice a day at the gym. I was not losing my focus with any distractions. So, heartbreak is the biggest
Yep.
blessing and
Yep.
tool for success. 1 million
Yep.
percent it is. And if you, and I understand the pain just like you, man. We've been there. I've
Yeah.
been there a few times.
Everybody has.
And it is brutal. You don't want to eat. You don't even want to get up and shower. You missing work, even though you know you should go. Then you're feeling shittier because now you're not making money. Just that butterfly effect and a downward
It's
spiral,
true.
right? And a lot of people, because I get that pain, man,
Yep.
it sucks. Then you start drinking to go to
Yep.
sleep, popping pills, smoking weed, whatever it is, because you're
Yep.
masking it, right? Temporary
100%, man.
band aids.
100%. But, you know oh, go
But
ahead.
you take that, and yeah, you take that, and you have to
Exactly.
get up, and that pain, especially as men, because I truly believe, and I've heard it lots, that men take breakups a lot
Yeah.
harder. They take, again, it's a lot easier for women, right? And but in that heartbreak is your biggest keys to success, because when you come out of that 6 months later and the work, like what I did, I'm even shocked. Like, I've always worked hard.
Yep.
I always go to the gym, but that drive after the first couple weeks, you got to get up. I've I'm surprised I
Yeah.
even did that shit, man, because I would just fucking
Yeah.
get out of my way. Now I'm leveling up farther than I've ever
That's
leveled
the
up.
drive, man. That's what it is. It's you
So,
like it you use that fucking pain, you take it, and you turn it around and use and put it to action. You know what I mean?
and that even goes for anything. Any pain
Yeah,
that you
man.
go through is your biggest
100%.
blessing, because you're learning from what it is that you're
Yeah.
dealing with, the pain. It is driving you, and as long as you're not doing what a lot of people do, is the drinking
Drug.
and feeling
Yeah.
sorry for yourself. Poor me. I understand it hurts. I do. Million percent. Whatever pain that is, I get it. It's
Yeah.
fucking terrible. You can't shake it 24/7 for months, weeks, whatever. But you gotta use the
Yeah.
positive distractions.
Yeah.
Level up. And if you're the man she doesn't want, become the man she can't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And you just gotta now look out for you, and just put in the work, man. Level up, work harder, work that extra overtime,
Yeah.
hit the gym twice a day if you have to. Start do like we always talk about, do different
Yeah.
things in your day, change your
Yeah, don't sit
routine,
in your mind, bro,
do this.
because if you sit in your mind, it's just gonna drive you crazy. It's just
But like we always say too, is when you feel,
yeah.
you heal. It's okay, and especially as guys, we don't want to cry over women. Like, dude, if you love the girl, man,
Yeah,
you're a
man.
human being. If it hurts,
Fuck yeah.
cry.
Let it out,
You're letting it
man.
out. You're feeling. If your body wants you to cry, man,
Yeah.
fucking cry, man. It's okay. You're not weak because you're crying because you lost somebody,
Yeah.
because you
You're
love
stronger,
them.
actually.
That doesn't make you weak. That makes you
Yeah.
fucking human.
Yeah.
But but take that and flip it.
Yeah.
Turn it into you. Do everything and everything that you can in that positive direction. Don't use negative distractions. And a lot of times, especially with heartbreak and pain, is they just people run out, hang out with their friends every weekend, go to the bar, drink, distraction, distraction. They're on Tinder swiping,
Yeah.
distraction, distraction. But all that is doing is delaying
Yeah.
your progress, delaying the outcome that you need to get to. And now, instead of getting to the best version of yourself in 6 months, now it's
Yeah.
taking 2 years, right? The worst thing you can do when you're feeling that way, especially in a heartbreak, is go on other dates.
Yeah.
Because, for one, when you're in that, all you're doing is comparing them, every person you go on a date with, to the one
And
that
it's
you're
not
still in
fair to
love
the
with.
person.
And even if you, nope,
No, man.
not at all, because you're bringing them
Yeah.
into your damaged
Yeah.
life right now, right? But people
Yeah.
are selfish. People, well,
Yeah.
I'll feel better if I sleep
Yeah.
with her. But guess what happens when you do say you hook up with this girl off Tinder? in the morning, you're gonna feel even shittier because you just compared her to the
Yeah.
girl that you're in love with, and then she's like, "Oh, I like this guy," or vice versa, because girls do it all the
Mm-hmm.
time too. Oh, I really like him and he was nice and this and that, but then you're just like, I'm not there because you're
Yeah.
still in love with my ex, and now this person's hurt. Now
Yeah.
this person's hurt. So now you're dragging them into
Yeah.
your
I mean,
bullshit,
if
which is
you
unfair and
just want
selfish.
sex, man, be straight up. Be like, "Look, I'm just looking for fucking a friends with benefits or no strings attached." I mean, if that's what you need at that moment in time, fucking so be it, man. We're all human beings. We all fucking have feelings. Everybody's different. That's what you need. But be straight up. Don't fuck with people's minds too. Like that's what you're saying. Say someone goes out there and pretending, "Oh, I'm looking for a relationship," when I actually you're just gonna go out there, have sex, and then never fucking talk to the person again. Be straight up, man. You'll get farther, you know? That goes with the communication, man, in relationships. It doesn't matter if it's a partnership, a friend with benefits, like whatever the fuck it may be, you know? Communicate. That's the number one thing. Don't fuck with people.
And you know how easy and you know how easy sex and dating and all that would be if everyone was just honest
Yeah,
up
no
front at the
doubt.
beginning. Like instead of like weaseling around like, oh, I'll take her out, wine and dine her just because I
Yeah,
want to sleep with her. But I don't tell her
yeah,
that. I'm the nice guy. I'm gonna fucking show on this and that, and then sleep with her, and then boom,
yeah.
never talk to her again. And that fucks with people, man. Like
Yeah,
both
definitely,
sides,
man.
you know.
And that's how people get hurt and get fucked up, man, and then, that's why people close off or people act the way they do. We're just hurting each other when we should all just come together and understand that let's not fucking play these head games. We're adults. It's not fucking 16-year-old teenagers here, and that's a big thing too, man, is head games, bro.
But the people that do that too, that stems from their either
Yeah,
childhood or
definitely.
you know previous
It's all
toxic
traumas, man.
relationships, right? That they haven't
Exactly,
dealt
man.
with. It's all traumas. It's all tied to their traumas and their
Yeah.
fucking upbringing or their last marriage or something. It's just all the shit that those people have yet to deal with or
Bleeding
choose
on
not
other
to deal with.
people, man.
And now they're carrying it over, bleeding on other people,
Yeah,
like we always say. That's all
exactly.
you're doing is bleeding on other people, and that's why
Yeah,
everyone gets hurt. That's why people get
yeah,
fucked up in the head, do crazy things, become people they never thought they would.
yeah,
Their kills people's self esteem, self
yeah.
worth gone.
Mhm.
Because the people that are feeding their heads full of shit and lies, when, like I said, it could be the easiest thing ever. It's like, you know what? I'm a busy guy. I'm really not looking for anything, but maybe you want to fucking go for dinner from time to time, hang out. That's all I'm
Yeah.
looking for. Done.
You get farther in it, man,
But
you know?
yeah, but most people are probably thinking, well, I don't really have any other options, so I'm just going to keep fucking
Yeah,
playing on this one and digging at this one,
yeah,
and that's why, because most people aren't confident enough for that person to say no or
yeah,
walk away because they don't want to feel
yeah, that's
rejected.
true.
So if I just went up and just said, you know what, I haven't been laid in fucking 2 weeks or a month or 2 months, are
Yeah.
you down? Right? Majority right off the bat, the
You
girls would be like,
pervert.
dude, fuck no. Like this, yeah, this
Yeah,
guy's a pig. But really, am I a pig?
yeah,
I'm being honest. But that's how we're going to be portrayed for being honest. So that's why
fair
people are
enough,
not
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
You know what
But
I mean? On certain things like that. Like if you just wanted friends with benefits, you hang out for a night, like, this is all I want. I got so much going on. I can't give you 100%. But if you're down, boom. But as a guy saying that to a girl, man, 99% of women will look at me like, ew, get the
yeah,
fuck out of here. Like, you're a pig. Like, you're whatever. Like, why? I'm being honest. I was more honest to you than the last five guys I bet you
exactly.
hung out with.
But
You just didn't
yeah,
like what I wanted. That's fine.
yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
let me throw
But
this
just
out there. And I said this, like, I think one of the very first episodes we did, and you agreed with me. So I just wanna throw it out there again. I believe, and so do you now. Well, not now, but you did. Women hold the key to relationships. I mean, to sex. Sorry, women hold the key to sex, and men hold the key to relationships. And it's 100% true.
and Yeah, they hold the key
Yeah,
to marriage.
men put the ring
Men.
on. It's you know what I mean? Like it's like that.
And nowadays, girls all want this guy and this, and I got the power and this. But to be honest with you, man, realistically, it's the guy that should be, you know, the one being chased after, not guys chasing women. Guys are the ones that provide for the most part. All you know what I mean? Like men are born with no status. We have to
100%.
create it.
I agree on
You
that.
know, that's women. Women are born with status, meaning they get a lot more things that we don't.
Buddy, I have a
Like,
daughter. You have a daughter. There you go. Like you know what I mean? That's daddy's little girl. I will do anything for her. You know, and you're the same thing. Like you know, right off the bat, bro. You know?
well, not and just like you could be a good-looking girl walking down the street, down by the water, and there could be millionaire guys with yachts, and they'll invite you on the
Yeah.
boat in a second. Do you think anyone's inviting a random guy onto their yacht ever?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because that's status.
Yeah.
It's being female nature. They get these things. We have to
Yeah.
create our own status,
That's true, man.
right?
Puts a lot of
So
pressure on us as men,
yeah.
you know? And then a lot of people portray to
So
be who they wanna be, but they're really not that person. So they live this fake life, you know, through their entire life. A lot of actors, you could say, are like that because they have to, because they're in the limelight, you know? They can't really do what they wanna do, you know? So you portray this fake life, and it's definitely mental, straining on your head, man, you know? Because, "Oh, I have to be this for everybody to accept me." You know what I mean?
100%.
You know? Women, like, just can, like you said, walk down and get invited right away.
Well, that
Yeah.
it's that easy. You're a good-looking girl, and there's a bunch of guys on a yacht. Hey, do you
Yeah.
want to come on the yacht? Fuck, nobody's asking. Nobody's asking us to go on a fucking yacht. Are you kidding?
Yeah. They'll
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
as a
they'll
as a
ask us
man,
to untie the rope
you
for
know,
them so they can fuck off. That's what they'll ask.
you go. When we were younger, going to the club, girls don't
Yeah.
wait in line. Girls don't pay cover. Girls get free drinks automatically
Yeah.
just for being a girl.
Yeah.
Right? Guys are standing in line
Yeah.
paying double just to pass the line and shit like that. So it's little things like that, but
It's
it's
it's it's it's hard on the mental health,
it's like,
definitely, your mental mind, you know?
but that being said though, that's just the world we live in. It
Yeah.
is what it is. So as a man, we need to become the best versions of ourselves. In those heartbreaks and those pains is where you will find your greatest success. You will level up, you will become more fit, you become more
Mhm.
knowledgeable, reading books, doing whatever these things and bettering your life so that if you ever go through that, like, you come out of these things a lot faster and feeling a lot better about yourself. And like I said, with that girl I dated, she taught me a huge lesson about learning to love
Mhm.
myself. Because when I look back at that relationship and every other one before that, I didn't love
Yeah.
myself, man.
Yeah, I
I
hear
was
you.
struggling. I didn't know how to love myself. So until that happened, and that was you know the cherry on top of all the relationships that's failed in my life, that was my final lesson. That was to be like, and that pain, and looking at myself in the mirror and finally taking accountability and be like, man, you did this. You need to
Yeah.
fix you now. You don't want to feel like this ever again. So what are you going to do about it? I take responsibility. I realize where I went wrong, and going back to the beginning, I don't have regrets, and I'm
Mhm.
grateful for it. And it sucked, terrible, man. She was a good girl, but that's life, man. There's nothing you can do about it. So I can't sit and regret it. You guys can't sit and, oh, I regret not doing this, and we tell ourselves stories of, well, if I would have said this that night, or if I just showed up 10 minutes early, and all
Yeah.
you got to let it go. You can't hold on to it. You got to let it go. Look at yourself and be like, you know what? Where
Yeah.
did I go wrong?
Yeah.
What did I do? because we all done it. Oh well, they did this, and they point those fingers because it makes you feel better. When I realized at the beginning I was pointing
Mhm.
fingers, and oh, they're narcissists, they're this, blah blah blah. But then, yeah, it makes you feel better temporarily, maybe for a couple of weeks. You sleep a
Yeah.
little bit better because you've created some hate in your head, or it was all their fault. But man, once you really look in the mirror and take that accountability and realize,
It's
no,
all
man,
about
that was you.
accountability, brother.
You,
Yeah.
it is. And those people that jump from relationship to relationship
Yeah.
take none, right? Because they jump to the next relationship blaming the last person because they were the narcissist, or he was mentally abusive, or she did this. So they just use that to go to the next one and then do the same with that one and go to the next one.
Monkey branching, bro.
And because they don't take accountability in anything that they do in their relationship. So when they go to the next
Yeah.
one, they don't have to. But those relationships will never end. So when you see someone that you dated and now you're broken up and then they're with someone else
Yeah.
pretty quick or right away, just know this is in the beginning, yeah, they might have they found someone and now they're happy in your head because you're
Yeah.
telling yourself stories and you're alone. In that time of being alone is when you are putting in the most work to become the best version. And right when you get to the way better spot in your life, their life is
Yeah.
collapsing because that relationship, and this is guaranteed 99% of the time, because they chose not to fix themselves, be alone, figure out what they want, because they went to the next one. And guess what? That relationship is
That's
destined to
usually when
fail as
they're
well.
knocking on the
So
door.
while that one's,
Yeah.
and that's when that relationship is failing, and now she's
Mhm.
crumbling, you're laughing. You've leveled up. You're better in life because then you'll get to a point where even if they wanted to come back, because anyone who's feeling heartbreak means you're not the one that ended for the most part,
Mhm.
right? So, and in the heartbreak, you just want them to call you. I just want them to text, and you're looking at your phone. Is it them? Do they? I just want to hear them tell me they love me again, or I just want to see them, and blah blah blah. All the shit that you tell
Yeah,
yourself because
man.
you're hurting. But in that time that they bounce to whoever else, and you're the one now, you know, fucking getting a promotion. Now you're in shape. Now you more money in the bank and doing all these things. Now when they're hurting and you're fucking in a better place and you starting to learn to love yourself like I did. Now if they message because mine did, I'm like, no, I'm good.
Mhm. Mm.
I'm all right because that drive of heartbreak, people use that and think, well, if I change and I do this, that they'll take me back. No, don't do it for that reason because when you level up and become better in your life, you're going to
Yeah.
attract better. So you think that
Yeah.
this person was the
Yeah.
love of your life or they were the one. Well, they're not the one
They
because
would
you
have
would be
stayed,
with them.
man, you know? Yeah.
They would have stayed. You would have figured it out.
Well,
You
no
would be with them.
contact is for you.
Period.
It's not for you to get someone back in your life. A lot of people don't understand that. No contact is for you and your own mental health, you know? It really is.
One
Yeah.
million
Should I
percent.
take a bow? There you go. There it is. There it is,
Uh,
man.
no con. When you hear about that no contact, like I remember
Yeah.
when I was hurting, and I'm like, there's no way, because in my mind there was no way she would
Yeah.
message me
Yeah.
ever again.
She fell
No
off
way.
the planet of the
I
earth.
no
It's
contact,
over. Yeah.
no contact every day. 6 weeks later, boom. I'm like, get the
Mhm.
fuck out of here. It works, but you're not
No.
doing it for that though. But you're the no contact, like you said, is for you. And even with toxic
Everybody,
friends or
man.
people, just
Everyone.
anybody that affects your mental health, that makes you feel shitty, you're hurting. That no contact though, I tell you, is for, like you said, is
Yeah.
for you. Use that no contact, redirect your thinking
Yeah.
into you, and not, and your life will get so much better when you stop worrying or thinking of what they're doing and who they're with, and start putting it into
'Cause
what
they don't give a
you're doing
fuck about what
and
you're
who you're
doing, man.
with.
They're probably out there doing their own thing, you know? While you're
They don't give a
sitting
fuck.
there moping around, like, get out of here, man. Take control of your life. Smarten up.
So you're gonna sit
Yeah.
around and mope and pour me and play victim and drink,
Yeah.
and yeah, you miss him. I
Yeah.
get it. It
Yeah.
hurts. I get it. But you're gonna do that to yourself for
Mhm.
another year, while the other person's probably
Yeah.
engaged by now, not even barely
Yeah.
thinking about you, and you've thrown away your job. You're slowly becoming an alcoholic. People don't want to be around you because you're fucking miserable all the time, and it's always poor me. And I don't like shit.
No.
Dude,
You
you
know what,
can't do
man?
that.
It's one person,
Don't.
bro. One person. There's like 3 billion out there, and it's one person you're crying over. Go find another like there's 3 billion, man. You know what I mean? Don't waste your time, man. Take the lesson and move.
But in that yeah, in that no contact is where you become the best
Yeah.
version of yourself. Use that pain to drive you, and you will attract and find 10 times better than what you
100%.
just dated, a
Level up,
million
man,
percent.
until you get to the final boss.
It's all leveling up, and that's until you get to the final ball, and then this
Yeah.
time you'll marry him. But you got to use that pain to drive you, not to
Yeah.
destroy you. Don't let that pain destroy you.
Well, let me ask you this,
You
bro.
know, and most
Let me
people
ask
do
you
it.
this. Do you think it's okay to cut ties with a family member?
Well, I've done it.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
doing it
enough.
now.
Me too. So I
My
guess that's
sis-
a yes.
there's yeah, obviously we talked about mine I think 2 weeks ago, but it's cutting ties in terms of like forever or for
I don't
what?
know. I'm just still trying to figure that shit out, to be honest with you, in my own thing. Like you and I both know I don't talk to my dad. I told him pretty much to go fuck himself on my birthday a couple of years back. Probably 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. I haven't talked to him. I was just tired of the disrespect. So I don't know, man. I'll tell you straight up, man. I wish I had a good dad. I wish I could have these relationships I see with other friends, like even you and your dad, man. You guys got a great relationship. I wish I had that. It's hard, definitely, but is it necessary? Yes, because it's very toxic. You know what I mean?
Well, and being that their family is we obviously tolerate a lot
Yeah,
more than we should growing up, or because there's a lot of like people are people, and there's toxic people whether it's
yeah,
family or not. They're a person, they can be toxic. Could be your sister and she's the most toxic person on the planet, but it's
yeah.
still your family, and we tolerate way more than we would with anybody else because
Like we
it's
were
your
saying
family.
before.
But
Yeah,
if it's that detrimental to your
yeah,
mental health and it is basically ruining you,
yeah,
destroying you, it's okay
yeah,
to separate
yeah,
yourself from that. It's okay to
yeah.
distance yourself for a long time, and depending on the severity of what that is, like my
Yeah.
sister's case, you can't ever
Well,
come
let's
back from
face
that.
it. I don't give a fuck what people say. At the end of the day, really, it's my life. And if I think this person is toxic, then I'm gonna do what I think is best for me and my daughter's mental health. People, oh, you should put your dad. Well, fuck it, man. You know, I get it. I get, oh, life, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, but no, man, no. If this person's not there, pretty much for your whole life, why the fuck do I want that person in my life? I don't need that person. My mom's my dad. My mom raised me. My mom's the most beautifulest, purest person. She was my mom and my dad. And I owe everything to her. You know, so I think it's okay. I think don't let people get you down if they say, "Oh no, you got to make amends." I mean, you don't have to. You really don't have to. I don't think you have to. You can apologize on your own, like I did to the world fucking couple episodes ago, but it doesn't mean that you have to have that person in your life. And that goes for friendships as well, or relationships, or family members. Be selfish, look out for you. You're number one. They do not have to come to your birthday party. It's true, man.
Well, I think that if someone is that toxic or that detrimental to your health or well-being and the choices
Yeah,
that they're making, then definitely
yeah,
separate yourself from that, even in
yeah,
the relationships. And if you know it is their job, if they're the ones that are messing up, to reach out to you and make amends if they
yeah,
choose to or not. And then it's up to you whether you choose to forgive them and allow them back in, depending on the
yeah.
severity, obviously. There's siblings that piss each other off and don't talk for two
Yeah.
months and then they're fine.
It's me and my
There's different
sister, man,
levels.
but I love her to death. Love my sister to death, but we just don't talk. But I mean, that's it. That's
Maybe
I talk to her once in a while, but I mean, not as much as I'd like to. But people got their own lives.
and sometimes, man, you just got to be the bigger person and reach out if that's
Oh,
what
I
you want.
have,
You know what I mean?
I
And
have,
you gotta
but it's okay. It's okay. She
sometimes you
knows
just
that I love her from far, man, and that's okay, man. I'm okay. I'm dealing with my own things too, though. Like honestly, I pull myself away from my family um, a lot of times when I'm dealing with things because they're dealing with their own things. My mom's definitely dealing with her own things, so I'm trying to fix me over here, and they know I'm okay. Like I talk to my mom, right, almost daily. No, I'm okay, but I try to fix me so then I can be the best version for them. You know, and that's my problem. I don't want to put that burden on anybody else. I just I'm an Aries, man. We hibernate and but we fix. Like it's not a bad thing. Like I disappear. Like I deactivate my Facebook. Like I'm disappearing and I'm becoming almost the end boss, the next level. Super Saiyan Eric. There we go. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. So
yeah. But you know what you just said there is that you don't want to
I know
burden
that
them
that's
with
my
your
that's my
stuff.
own thing that I got to work on.
No, no. What I'm getting at is
Yeah,
that was me
yeah,
for 20 years. And that's why my relationships failed, because I was dealing with so much other
yeah,
bullshit in my life. I didn't want to burden my girlfriend or whoever that I was in love with or
yeah,
my relationship with any of this. Because in my mind, I love you. This is not your problem. I don't want you to have to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it somehow. And then in my head, I got to figure this out. And I couldn't. So
yeah,
I start to shut down. And instead of talking about it and maybe letting someone in, because I didn't want to
yeah,
burden them with that. I didn't want them to judge me or think differently of me because of this. So instead, I
yeah,
bottled it up, I pushed it down, but yet I was just mentally
yeah,
killing myself. And in that, you don't give them the attention, you're not attentive, you come across as just down and miserable to your friends, all these things in your
because you're bottling it.
relationships because
Yeah,
I bottled it and I didn't
yeah,
want to be a burden. And it was all coming from the
yeah,
right place in my mind, because it's not fair that you have to deal with this. I know you care about me, but I care about you too much to let you take
yeah,
this on or be by my side, because I'm not going to give you 100% if I have to
yeah,
deal
yeah,
with this right now. So instead, I'll try to
yeah,
deal with all of it without any help and don't talk about it. And maybe someone would have been there for me if I would
yeah.
have just let them. But, like you just said, is you don't want to burden them. But, sometimes it's okay.
No,
Now, well,
well,
now because of where
here's
I'm
the
at
thing though,
now.
man. I mean, my mom's already stressed out enough. I mean, she just had a heart attack. She's going through all this stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't wanna come there like, I'll go I saw her, I saw her last week, and I talk to her daily, but I don't wanna go there and feel all down, and then she's, like, feeling that when she's already going through that. Don't get me wrong, I got a counselor. Wednesday's actually my first session. I talked to you. I also, talked to my other friends. So I am letting loose. There's no bottling here. You know what I mean? So I'm on the right path doing that things, right? But this is a whole different situation though. There's no way like I don't want my mom to see me down when she's already going through all this. She's got to go. They think maybe that she's got cancer on her lung when they did um, a CT scan. So now they're going and taking a sample, and they're gonna go get it um, figured out to see if it's cancerous or not. So it's stuff like that. Like, there's no way I wanna, "Hey, mom, this is what's happened to me, but you're doing that." Like, I know as a parent, she would want that, because I'm her son, but I love her. I'm not gonna show her I gotta be strong for her in that sense, right? So,
Yeah, that's obviously a little bit different of a
yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Being what your mom's
yeah,
dealing with. But I just mean kind of in general with
yeah,
family,
yeah,
and you know, and anybody listening is don't do what I did
yeah,
for 20 years and not
yeah.
talk about it
Get it out there.
and bottle it and push people away because you become feel more lonely. You break your own heart. People walk away from you because they just can't take it anymore
Mhm.
because you shut down. You self sabotage it. So whatever it is that you're struggling with, man, you got to
Yeah.
get it out, man. You got to just
Talk about it, man.
admit that you have
Yeah,
issues.
yeah,
Say it's okay that you're fucked up. The whole world is fucked up. Every one of
yeah.
us has problems. Some people just hide it better than
100%.
others. Period.
100%, man.
Every single person walking through the mall, the grocery store, is
Yeah.
struggling with something. Something is bothering them. Something is irritating them. Something
Look
is
at
hurting
Robin
them.
Williams, man. Everyone.
Everybody. Everybody should go to counseling.
Yeah,
Everybody needs to talk to somebody. Some people have dealt with way
yeah,
more than others. That's why we're sitting here. But we all got problems, man. Everybody's got problems. We're
yeah,
all fucked up.
yeah,
Every one of us. We're all struggling with something. We're all struggling mentally with something. We're our own
yeah,
worst critics because I'm my
yeah.
we said it the other day, the only person that's holding you back is
100%,
you.
man.
But we're battling
Mhm.
ourselves daily. And I struggle with it constantly, still to this day, battling myself. Like, why are you feeling like this? Why aren't you happy? You should be happy. Why aren't you? Why aren't you more excited? Why aren't you more grateful? Why aren't, it's finding the negatives. I'm like, there's no reason to
Mhm.
find a negative. You know, I got so many positives now that I've accomplished and working on. Yet, when I stand in front of the mirror when I'm by myself, I don't feel like I'm
Yeah.
doing anything. And it's a shitty feeling. But that's me battling
We're
my
all
own head.
battling.
And we're all battling our own head. So we all
Yeah,
got issues, man. It's just what do you do about it and being self-aware of those issues. And but again, it goes back like we said the other day. People don't want to admit it or talk about it because it's an
yeah.
automatic trigger. But guess what? You have to. You have to face it if you want to fix
100%.
it. It's easier for me if I, it's easier for me not to say anything and just be distracted and go and do this. Then I
Yeah,
don't have to deal with it. Then I don't have as much anxiety. But those are the people that are having constant failed relationships because you're not
yeah,
dealing with your problems and you're carrying it over. You're bleeding on other people. You're being selfish, really, because now you're dragging other people into your
yep.
fucking bullshit and your messed up fucking life. Your messed up
Yeah,
emotional
man.
life. And then these people are getting heartbroken and hurt because you can't figure your shit out. And now you have because you had abandonment issues. You're fucking one way today, the next tomorrow you fucking leave them high and dry. You said this, and then tomorrow you said complete opposite. Fucking people's heads up, man. That's the
Yeah.
worst thing you can do is to do that to people,
Psychological
man.
warfare,
And you know
buddy.
what? I'll be on, and I'll openly
Yeah,
admit that
so
I've
have
done it
I.
because I was
So have
fucked
I.
up and not
Yeah.
intentionally. But I didn't know how to battle my own emotions because I was struggling so bad for
Yeah.
so many years with all the other shit that I was throwing on my plate
Yeah.
back to back. You know, and some people do it and they don't realize they're doing it. Like me. I admit I didn't. But now when I look back, I know I did it, but I didn't know at the time that I was doing it because I was so used to running on autopilot that I just thought that was a day to day
Yeah.
normal life for me. Because every day
Yeah.
that's how I felt. Like I'm like that must be normal because I felt the same way
Fucking
for the last
Groundhog
20
Day.
years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was the
Yeah.
same thing every day.
Definitely.
But whatever pain and whatever heartbreak or whatever it is that you guys are dealing with in your life is use that pain to drive you. Because when I realized in that last deep hole of fucking pain and torment is I never thought that I could feel the way that I feel today ever. But you have to put in the work, and we say it all the time. You got to put in the work. Use that to drive you to become the best version of yourself because there are better days on the
100%,
other
man.
end. And get the counseling, get whatever therapy, fucking art class, yoga class, you name it,
Fucking
fucking do it.
pottery, buddy.
Don't wait for people to travel if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do. Don't wait for other people to do things to live your life.
Yeah.
Who cares? Go. Pack your
Yeah.
bag and go, man.
Or the
Enjoy
job.
your life. And you start doing all the and you start doing all these things and all of a sudden that poison starts to clear out
Mhm.
in your mind. We all still battle, like I said, I still battle every day. But that's minor compared to the trauma and the pain of 20 years. Now it's just me being stupid, talking to myself like an idiot, right? Because we're our
Yeah,
own worst
definitely.
critic. And but the clarity in how I look at life now to the 20 years of how I live life is night and fucking day. Because I chose not to feel like that anymore. I realized I was beyond fucked up. I realized I'm the one that failed another relationship. I'm the one that realized and took accountability of like, man, you got to
Yeah.
fucking deal with this. That's enough.
Yeah.
And that's what most people need to do, man, is look at yourself in the mirror and like, do you
It's
like
a
feeling like
breaking
this?
point.
Do you like fucking, yeah. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Are you happy? No, you're not. So why do you keep doing it? You know that this is making you feel shittier. You know, hanging out with those people, you don't really want to, but you're doing it because that's the only friends you got right now, and it's the wrong friends. But you're doing it, and then you're feeling even shittier that you went and hung out with them or
Mm-hmm.
dated that person because you're living your life for other people and not yourself. So now you're just living in a constant
Yeah.
state of depression. So don't wait because nobody's
Make
coming
your
to
own
save you, man.
path, man. Make
Nobody.
your own path.
Dig your own path, man. Pave it and
Yeah.
fucking walk it. Run it.
Get a fucking Segway, bro.
You got to just stop waiting.
Run that shit on a Segway. Do whatever you fucking need to do, man. But make that own path your own and let people follow you then. Be a fucking leader, you know? Yeah,
Yeah, be a
man.
leader. Don't be
Yeah.
a follower, man.
Yeah.
Live your life. Live it for you, not for anybody else.
100%.
Fuck what everybody else says. Fuck the haters. You're not gonna please everybody. You're not gonna be attractive to everybody. So
Yeah,
who
man.
fucking cares? It does not matter what you do in your life, positive or negative. Someone's
Yeah.
gonna say something about it. So you might as well do it anyways.
Yeah.
You can save a pregnant woman and her 4 kids from a burning building. One fucking idiot be like, "Well, you didn't save the dog."
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same shit. So it doesn't matter now how positive and positive life changes you make.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna
man.
bash it.
That's
Someone's
how it
gonna
is.
knock it. But that's a
Yeah.
reflection of where they are. So just remember that. So live your life, do you, stop waiting for other people. Take the pain that you deal with in your life. The There's no failures. They're lessons learned, right? Take those lessons, take the pain, and let that fucking
Transform
drive
it.
you to be the best version you've ever been and
Yeah.
transform yourself. Because, like I said, on the other end of that, you will look at your life with such clarity.
100%.
You create boundaries, your self-worth goes up, your self-esteem goes up. You don't tolerate any bullshit or disrespect. You see the red
Yeah.
flags, you're done. I'm not dragging this out. Too bad. I'll be just fine if you
Yeah.
don't want to date me. I'll be just fine if you
Yeah.
don't call
Well,
me
if you see
anything.
those red flags, bro, you
But
don't
that's the
want to be
level
just
you
fine.
got.
You just fuck off. See you later. Like, don't surround yourself with that.
But most people
Yeah.
ignore it because they have such low
Yeah.
self-esteem. And they're afraid to lose this person because they see the good in them and blah 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 or whatever. But when you come to that point of clarity, more confidence, you
Yeah.
love yourself, then you know what you want, you know what you're attracting, and if it's bullshit, you will cut it off in a second and you
Yeah.
won't even lose any sleep over it.
But
I don't care how hot you are. I don't care. Oh, now you don't want to hang out with me, and I don't care. I'm not losing
my
sleep. See you
favorite
later.
color.
And then I'll be single for two. I'll be single for 2 more months then, just because I don't date you.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So you use the lessons that we learn and the pain that we suffer and the obstacles that life throws our way as your
My
driving
favorite
force.
part of all that, though, bro, I'll
Don't
tell you,
distract.
man. My favorite part is who you become. You know what I mean? Who you become. You are fucking Bob 2.0. You know what I mean? Harry 2.0. You know? You become a better person because you learn all these things. As long as you take the right steps, go forward, you're going to learn that. Forward is forward, remember? But it's true, man, right? That's what I like, man, is that's my favorite is becoming that person. And then you're happy with yourself and you at the end of it you love yourself. And what's better than anything else in this world is you loving yourself, you know? So,
And that's the
100%.
key. Because when you love yourself, you can love someone
Yeah.
properly. You can be
Happy,
the
man.
best
You can be
parent.
happy.
The,
Just yeah.
be comfortable in your own skin. Do what drives you. Do what makes you happy. Stop living for other people. Don't wait for anybody
Exactly.
else. And
Yeah.
that's it. So
It's true, man. Well,
yeah, buddy.
I liked it. That was good, man. Good points. Thank you.
Yeah, it
Thank you,
was good. It
bro.
was good.
Thank you for being
You got
here. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for doing this every day. You know? Thank you. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. I got your back.
100%.
But on that note, my friend, thank you all again for listening. We love every one of you. We greatly appreciate you. You guys drive us to keep doing what we're doing. If you guys are really feeling alone, broken, shattered,
Yeah, man.
we're here. Hit us up, rawmindspodcast@gmail.com. We will answer any message, any text, any email. Hit us up on TikTok as well, raw.minds.podcast. If I can't answer it, Eric will. And then or vice versa, man. There's always someone here for you. There's always someone here that's going to be here for you. And keep tuning in and checking us out every week, man, because we're on all platforms and we'll be here every week, man. We ain't going nowhere. So we really appreciate you guys. And on that note, if you can't find good people, be good people.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you everybody else. I mean, we feel these feelings. We've gone through this. This is real life shit we're trying to put out there that it's okay to hurt. Definitely okay to hurt. But you're not alone. You guys are not alone. So Just want to let you guys know that. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for all the love. Be good or be good at it. Bye.